Yeah, I thought we'd do more Grandad Jesse. Yeah, and I've gone back. I think this is where we was. Yeah, 48. I'll go back to the old ones, but even in that older one we did, I'd seen a couple of the clips, whereas these I haven't seen any. So, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But I know what a house slave is. Want me to tell you?
Yes, go ahead.
Maxine Waters' husband. So we'll see what happens. We'll wait for the owner now. He late. Is he a Mexican?
For the State of the Union, did you watch that on TV? Did you watch that live?
The State of the Union address?
Yeah,
The one by the Great White Hope?
yeah.
I had a front row seat, buddy, with
Oh,
popcorn.
did you?
Yes.
Did you watch it on TV?
I used to be into the black thing when I moved to California. I became hateful. Listened to Louis Farrakhan and all those crappy people.
In other countries, they take your property. They take, half of your income is taxed. That's it.
Well, maybe Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, those people should go over there and run for president.
Absolutely,
They
100%.
already have what they want.
Yeah, they should go to Venezuela. It's great.
Do you believe the Earth is flat?
Ooh. When I'm high, I do.
Well, it's great to be here, Jesse. And,
Great answer.
I wish I was going to be out on the yacht with you later tonight. Man,
I know, isn't that amazing?
you're swanky out there.
Ain't nothing like a black man on a yacht. Pot! All right, we can't play it. The staff is not ready today. They're drunk. Y'all been smoking pot? No. Anyway, the president is speaking. I had hoped that we would play it. They run around here like chickens on pot.
Hi, Jesse. Can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear. Thank you for calling.
Oh, great. I'm just honored to be on your show. And, yeah, I do think your staff is smoking pot.
There's something wrong with them today. They run around like crazy people. I really don't know what's going on. And it's mostly Nick and Joel. They smoked pot over the weekend. Anyway, the president is speaking. I had hoped that we would play. So you're 20 and you met a 50-year-old woman and you're in love with a 50-year-old woman?
Yes.
How
She
can
didn't like me back.
I don't blame her. You're a little baby compared to her, man. You don't need a 50-year-old woman. What's wrong with you?
She's always on my mind.
Well, that's because you feel rejected and your ego can't handle it. Take a cold shower and get your mind off that woman. She's too old. When you go to church this Sunday, sit on the other side of the room and just wave at her. And when church is over, go home.
Okay, I will.
All right, go and eat a chicken dinner somewhere.
I can't stop thinking about it, though.
A 50-year-old woman is too old for you, Matt. Get a job. You have a job?
Yeah,
Well, go take a cold shower and go to work.
I wrote a poem. Can I say it and tell me what you tell me what you think about it? I wrote this myself. And he goes, when I first saw you, I couldn't believe what I saw. Because honestly, I saw a woman who had zero flaws. To me, there's not anybody or anything more beautiful than you are. And honestly, when God made you, he made his greatest work of art. I honestly like everything about you. And with this being, and honestly, I know from the nerve to ask you, this was really hard. I feel like this is really late. But I just want to ask again if we can exchange numbers and maybe go on a date.
Matt.
Yes.
Matt, take that poem and flush it down the toilet.
Why is that?
And go find Jesus. You need Jesus, man. You need to overcome women. Flush that thing down the toilet and go sit your butt down, man. I never hear the cause of why everybody and their mama are mentally ill. It's almost like a thing now, like it's a cute thing or something. I have anxiety. What's wrong with you that you're mentally ill? Why is everybody and their mama mentally ill? I really want to know because when I was growing up, I maybe heard of one or two people who were mentally ill. We call them crazy. Between Barber County and Russell County was a bridge. And there was this black woman, old woman, who used to hang out at that bridge and scare you when you walk across, right? Because she was crazy. She would hide at the bridge and jump out and scare you. a grown woman. And so as kids growing up, we were afraid to go across the bridge, especially at night. I remember I dated a girl that lived in Russell County, and I would have to ride my horse over there to see her at night. And I was so afraid that woman would scare my horse and throw me off. It was crazy. She dead now. She dead.
We had two like that, Mad Rose and Willie. Willie used to wear his trousers around in it. I heard somewhere Willie had money. His mum and dad were like well rich. He was nuts. You'd see him and he'd like have like pairs of trousers tied around his neck. And yeah, we used to say hello. All right, Willie, how's your garden? And he'd chase her. But Mad Rose, she used to have a shopping cart thing, they're basically like a bin with wheels, but they're also a bit of a Zimmer frame. And Mad Rose would push one of them around. I don't know how she got anywhere because she was like proper bent double, like looking down there all the time. But somehow she got around. But we went out one night. I must have been 12, 13. It was Halloween night, and we was going to meet people in town. And there's an alley called Dog Shit Alley. It runs by the train track. That's what it's called, Dog Shit Alley. And that's how we get into. That's the quickest way to get to town, basically. So we're walking, and I've just gone to walk down Dog Shit Alley. My mate's just walked up, and I'm kind of like looking like, what? And he went, look, and I turned round, and Mad Rose, she was bent over, I guess shitting, but her arse was there. She had her cacks down by her ankles, and like I just walked, and because my mate walked off that way, I wasn't even looking down Dog Shit Alley. I was looking at my mate, and it weren't till I was like, where you going? And he was like, look, and I was like, oh! So it weren't. Everyone calls it Dog Shit Alley because there's loads of dog shit down. I don't think it was dog shit. I think it was Mad Roses.
The man is accused of threatening crew members and the safety of the jet during the outburst. The plane was an Alaska Airlines jet on its way to Los Angeles, but when the man would not relent, the pilot decided to land in Kansas City.
I paid the same money everybody else got. But you can tell me I gotta wait.
Gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
I gotta wait
I understand there's a gentleman in the aisle making kind of a fuss.
Bathroom is the bathroom.
Return to your
Using the
seat.
bathroom is the bathroom.
Wow.
They're passing all these laws. They should have a law, no black mess.
No black people on the plane. Go and take a soul train somewhere.
What are each of you guys' favorite movies? Asking for my friend Dink. Bless you, boys.
I haven't gone to the movies in so long, ever since the liberals took over and then affirmative action came into the movies. You have one, Joe?
Free Willy.
Free Willy? What's that?
I think the millennials know what I'm talking about.
That doesn't sound right. Free Willy.
Great film. Great film.
I don't understand the question. They have to call me. Call me.
Yeah.
Really, call me. It sounds like a very interesting question. 888-77-53-773. It sounds like an interesting question, but Joel Black and Nick Mexican.
I read it here. LOL. After elections, we're having a very Merry Trump
We're
Christmas.
going to have to give you a talk show so you can deal with Earl.
And Mays will be calling in. I can feel it already.
I know. Nobody tell us what to do. No white folks can tell us what to do. White folks have to tell themselves. White folks can't tell black people what to do.
I need to start practicing listening.
I think when I was in that Father's Day, I used to do that too. Call my girlfriend,
We're gonna
baby.
20 seconds.
Don't be yelling at me.
My answer to this is that why couldn't the white woman and her husband...
Why your phone sound, you sound far away, or like you're in an empty room, or like you're on Obama phone. What's wrong with you?
Is your microphone working?
Okay, that's better.
But you kept talking about the girls in the movie theater.
The bad black girls.
You didn't speak into a movie theater a long time ago when you were young?
No, man, I wouldn't even have thought of that. My grandmama would have whooped me In the theater, outside.
Now, how about Joel? He didn't sneak into a movie theater when he was young?
Did you, Joel?
Yep.
Yeah, he black. He did.
But I felt, but I knew it was wrong, and I felt guilty for doing it.
And then another guy talked about being at a cafe or a bar or something, and there were some lesbians there, a couple lesbians, and he finally asked, "Well, how did you become a lesbian?" And they got so mad at him, according to him, they went and reported him to the manager, the bartender, or whomever. What are they afraid of?
Marquis Lloyd, listen. Marquis Lloyd shot a black woman officer. He walked away free in handcuffs.
What are the police afraid of?
They're afraid of the real thugs. That's why they scary. They shoot unarmed, innocent black kids.
Amazing. You smoke pot?
No.
You don't smoke pot?
No. Do you smoke meth?
No, I don't smoke mess. I tried to get Turning Point on my radio show, but so far they're refusing to come on. Coward, beta males.
All right, one of these days, when I get to Los Angeles, where Jesse Lee Peterson is located, I'm going to raid his closet and steal all of his polos.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
You're invited by President Trump to a presidential ball, and you got to have a date. All right. You got 3 choices: Omar, AOC, or Big Mama Michelle.
With the arm on the pins. She got the armpits.
With the armpits all nasty. All nasty like she has them.
Well, since Omar is a known slut. I might well take your last slut. Michelle and Obama left the hood because they're afraid of the blacks.
No.
Yes.
Did you move the same way? Was that the reason you moved where you moved?
Yes. Yes. I didn't grow up in a hood, man. I ain't staying in no hood.
Well, you grew up on a plantation.
But it wasn't a hood. So do you still believe in the Bible?
I believe the Bible is God's word to us.
Do you believe in the Bible?
I believe in God.
How about?
I believe this is His word.
Do you believe in the Bible?
I do. If I believe this is God's word, then I believe what God says.
You believe in the Bible?
That's like asking, do you believe in the color purple? I believe this is God's word.
You told Hoppo to beat me.
Well, not Oprah. But
do you believe in the Bible, Al? Jeffrey Guterman is a mental health counselor, and he is not a fan of Donald Trump. He says that Donald Trump is a fascist. What causes mental illness?
Well,
I thought that he was really sitting there like that then.
Claims by many so-called experts in the field. Very little is known for sure. So,
how long have you been a mental health counselor?
35 years.
Why would the so-called experts treat people by giving them antidepressant medication, all type of pills and things that they're becoming addicted to, if they really don't know what it is?
I think it's fair to say most mental health professionals do believe that there is something called mental illness, as do I.
Why would the people take the medication from the dummies? The people are listening to the dumb experts who have no idea what they're doing.
The what?
The dumb experts, and they're allowing themselves to be addicted to drugs. All those who know that it's a warfare between good and evil, it's a spiritual thing, they're not falling for the lies of the children of the lie, the so-called experts, so they're not becoming addicted to drugs. And you call the president, the Great White Hope, President Donald Trump, a fascist.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean the Great White Hope?
Donald Trump.
By the way, to call Trump a Christian, I think.
And the Great White Hope. Is it true that you call Donald Trump a fascist?
No.
So you did not call him that?
What I would say is that Trump is high on the fascist scale. Okay.
So on your
so
Twitter
I would,
account, you're not calling President Donald Trump a fascist.
Not really, no. And if you find me,
What do you mean not really? You're saying it. What do you mean not really?
No. Do you know the distinction? Well, let's get rid of the word fascist as a label of a person and instead look at fascist as a description of behavior. Did you know that I was...
See, this is the thing. Why don't you just have an opinion of why Trump is a fascist? I could give you reasons like why. Do you know what I mean? Why people, or at least why people think he is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I've heard their arguments to why he. So, like, even just give that. But why put on something and then start getting into, well, let's talk about the word fascist. No, let's talk about Trump being one. What?
Blocked by real Donald Trump on Twitter. This is an example of his disdain and disrespect for human rights.
Do you agree then that the alt-right should be allowed back on Twitter and YouTube along with Alex Jones and the rest? Should they be allowed back?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Well, my answer is not yes or no. A better question you might ask would be an open-ended question.
Well, I open it, you should end it.
Now, let me explain something to you, Jesse. Twitter is a part of the private sector.
Have you ever blocked anyone on Twitter?
Yes, I have.
But you took away their rights.
Wait a minute.
Hold on for me, Jeffrey. Let me take a quick break. Jobs are everywhere now. People have money. They're spending their money. Jobs are back. Less restrictions. We are protected from our foreign and domestic enemies, so forth. What grade would you give the Great White Hope at this point?
Well, again, I object to your description of Great White Hope. Think about it.
What grade would you give him?
Probably an F.
You know Obama, the fallen messiah, right? The worst president ever. You know who he is?
I don't think of him as that. No.
He was the worst. And you know he was married to Big Mama, right?
He's what?
He's married to Big Mama Michelle.
Are you going to also claim that she's a trans person?
No, I don't claim that at all. I just know she's Big Mama. Did you think Obama was a fascist as well?
Again, I don't label people as fascist. I describe fascism as in terms of characteristics.
What grade would you give Obama?
Historians will look back on Obama years to come
and cry.
I would give him a B.
Are you afraid to give Obama an F because he's black?
I am very, very sensitive to what things I say about black persons and any of them.
Why?
Why? Racism and bigotry.
So give me a...
Does he not understand that that is racist? To treat someone differently because of their race is literally racist. Like, you're admitting that you treat a specific group differently. Because you could say to him there, why don't you want to offend them? What, are you scared? And what are you going to say that's going to offend them? What's your views that you're not saying because you don't want to offend them? But yeah, this guy is way too wishy-washy for someone like Jesse Lee Peterson. This guy is, everything is here, there, and everywhere. And well, this and Jesse is, you got to know your enemy if you're going in there to oppose Jesse. You got to know how he's coming, and he's coming hard and heavy, and not gonna mess around.
I answer because I got to run. Are you for a wall going up around the border? Yes or no?
I don't believe it's possible to ever...
I didn't ask that. Are you for a wall?
Well, but I'm not going to answer questions in the way you want to.
Why not?
Because, again, you know, it's not black and white, Jesse. There are gray areas.
There are no gray. It's just either right or wrong. Should Israel have a wall around it?
It's a much smaller place.
Should they put up a wall around Israel? Should they have a wall?
I'm not an extreme Zionist.
Should Israel have a wall around it?
That's not my say. I'm not an Israeli.
Should Israel have a wall around it?
I am not. I don't know.
Should America have a wall?
Things again? Do you ever think to yourself, "I don't know"?
Do you smoke pot,
Jesse? I smoke cannabis.
I thought so. Stay off the pot. Why is a mental health counselor smoking pot?
Because I like cannabis. I like cannabis.
What's your problem that you have to be smoking pot?
I've always needed a drug, Jesse.
He smoked so much pot, his eyes went closer together.
How are you going to help anybody else get healed if you got a mental issue? How will a crazy person help another crazy person?
Crazy?
Yeah. I want to know. I would never go to a mentally ill person to ask for help. What are they going to tell me?
Well, you know what? I would never see you for help because if you're a Trump supporter,
all the way.
Research has shown that the only known treatment to be effective for Trump supporters is lobotomy. For you, I think a lobotomy would improve your functioning very well.
It's all like the mental health people need help.
We all need help today, Jeff.
Yeah, I have the cure for you.
I'm very skeptical of that there's a cure for our emotional problems. But
yeah, there's a perfect cure for it, Jeffrey.
Go ahead.
You must be born again.
Not going to happen.
Well, then you're going to be on pot the rest of your life. All right. Jeffrey, thank you for coming on.
Okay, sir. Take care.
All right. Amazing.
Savage. King Cole. Savage.
Hop on the beat me.
I love Nick. I love James. You, everyone on your show.
How about Joel? He black.
Yeah, going to the medication thing. The best thing I've ever heard, talk about it, and he's in that world, is Jordan Peterson. He said that medication wouldn't be his first answer if someone's depressed. He's like, you go through different things. What about your career? Does your career match your intelligence level? He's like, because smart people that are in easy jobs will become bored and depressed by what they're doing. So does the job skill match your intelligence level? He's like, and then you go, how are you eating? Friends group. Do you have friends? He's like, you go through there's a lot of different things you can go through. And he's like, and if someone is like, yeah, I have all them things. I have a good job. I have a job where I'm pushed mentally and satisfied with. I've got everything I could ever want, and I still want to top myself. He's like, well, then it's like, well, just try the medication then. He's like, if you're at the point where you've got everything you want and you still want to off yourself, so what can it hurt? He's like, there's a big stigma around mental health medication. But he's like, if you are in that situation, then what is the harm? If you're going to off yourself anyway, then give it a try. And he's like, with medications, he's like, you'll know within the first couple of months whether it's going to work for you or not. And if it works for you, great. He's like, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You can just come off it, and yeah. He's like, but at least you know that you tried it. He's like, the medication side of mental health should always be the last resort. There's so many other avenues you can send some. Like he said, some girl come to him, and she's saying, like, talking about that she's depressed. And he's like, I went through everything with her, and she's a student in a field she likes, all that stuff checked out. He's like, and I was like, well, what about your diet? He's like, and she was eating her egg cup full of rice a day. And he's like, well, that's what it is. You're starving. You need to eat more. Your body, like, your body, you feeling tired and uninterested in things because you're exhausted and you're not eating enough. Your body hasn't got enough fuel. But yeah, Jordan Peterson's a great person to talk about that. And he says sometimes people are in such a bad mental space that it is the best thing for them. He's like, but yeah, you do have the other side where it's become doctors first. Oh, you got something mentally wrong with you. Try this tablet, try this. But that's what they do with everything. That's what modern medicine, modern doctors is. They'll give you a tablet. My sister's epileptic. She's actually had thousands, and I'm talking thousands of different tablets throughout her life. She's basically a guinea pig. They just give her one. Here, I'll try this one, try this one, try this one. She's literally any medication you can talk of for epilepsy. She's been on it. And yeah, they say that as well. Like majority of the doctor world is still guesswork. You just have to increase the information to narrow things down. But yeah, Jesse's hilarious, hilarious. But that last guy, yeah, and I can't believe he's in a position where he's like helping people. He seems way too wishy-washy and yeah, to stand by your thing as well. If you say something, have something to back it up. Don't go into, well, I'm thinking that fascist is. I'm talking in my turn. It's like, stand by what you said and explain why Trump is. Why don't you want to say that? Anyway, baffling. It's baffling to have such a strong opinion and then not have anything to defend it. That's so strange to me. But anyway, yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.